Can anyone be successful in sales and end up being a closer? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Sacramento, California. A perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about closing. And I'm going to let you know, not everybody is meant to be a salesperson. And I get a chance to work with companies, and one of the things companies will do is they'll bring me in and I'll interview salespeople. And I'll talk with the managers and I'll work with them. And two of the traits that managers love to find is somebody who's a people person, somebody who's positive and got a good outlook on life, and somebody who really wants to please the people that they're around. And I'm going to tell you that like this 2 or 3 traits really does hurt some salespeople because they're scared of rejection. They're scared of getting that objection from a buyer, scared of having to overcome that objection, and scared of like disappointing the person that they're with. So if this is you, I'm going to say this may be, because I don't know everything about you, this may be one of the reasons why you're having a tough time closing, is your want to please the people around you. And I'll let you know that some of the best salespeople that I've ridden with, sometimes when they're dealing with a buyer, sometimes they're abrasive, sometimes they're friendly, but they've learned because they've been in enough sales calls. So if you're a business owner or you're a sales manager and you're looking around and you're like, man, Scott, I keep hiring these salespeople and they all end up being the same. They're really nice people, but they've got no bite. Well, I'm going to tell you that probably what it could come down to after doing as many interviews as I have, is it could come down to the person that you think is a salesperson really isn't a salesperson. The person that you want to be a salesperson doesn't have that capability. And if you're watching this and you're saying, hey, look, I have these traits and I'm really struggling and I'm not ever going to change, you can do all right as a salesperson, but you're never going to be a closer. You're never going to get to that point of being able to say, like, I'm exceptional at what I do. And I got to let you know, I don't like putting limits on people. I don't like telling somebody that they can't do something or excluding a person and saying that they shouldn't. But I will tell you that these traits hold people back. If you have this belief that you have to please all the people that you're around, you're going to really struggle in sales. And if you have this belief that you can't say the difficult thing, you're going to struggle in sales. And if you have this belief that you really want to be liked, you're going to really struggle in sales. So like these 3 traits I see, it's like the common golden thread that stops people from closing deals. It's like, I have to be liked. I want to be liked. I want to please people. Hey, those are all cool traits to have, right? But like if there is a level of how much of those traits you have, you don't want them to be through the roof. Because you'll get walked on. You'll get told things like, I want to think about it. I'm getting other bids. I'll promise I'll call you back. Like all these things will lead to somebody not being an exceptional salesperson. And I got to tell you, this isn't a conversation that I want to have, but it's a conversation that I have to have. It's a conversation that I got to share with people, because there are some people who are not willing to do what it takes to be a closer. There are some people who are not willing to do what it takes to be a salesperson. Now, I am not saying to be a jerk. I'm not saying to be aggressive. I'm not saying to be an idiot. I'm saying that sometimes that personality map that people have, when they got some skills that are going to keep them down here versus keeping them up here, okay? So not everybody belongs to be in sales. Not everybody's got the skill set to do it. Not everybody's willing to take the sales advice, the sales tips, the sales lesson, the sales training, and combine it and put it into what they know. There's like a lot of people who just like, it's glamorized for them. They just want to look around and be like, I'm a sales guy and I can sell stuff, when they really can't. And the way that you get past this is you find a coach and you find a mentor who's willing to tell you the hard truth, who's willing to say, if you really want to be good at what you do, this is what you're going to have to do it. Or if you're a sales manager or you're a boss or you're an owner of a company, sometimes you're just going to have to let the guy go, because the cost of lead acquisition is so freaking expensive when it comes to business, no matter what industry it is. When people waste leads, it costs money. So I believe that a lot of people could be in sales and a lot of people can do what they need to do, but there's quite a few people who should not be in sales, and they never will be good at it. And you need to be able to identify some of these people early on, or watch them and give them the coaching that they need, or ask for the coaching that you can get if you're an employee and you're looking at it, right? I don't want to put these limitations on you and be like, oh man, Scott just doesn't like people. Like, I've trained a lot of salespeople, and there's a lot of salespeople out there not willing to do what needs to be done to be a closer, to even close deals. Like you got the granddaddy of them all, which is a performer. You got the guy that's just right below him, which is the closer. You got a good population of salespeople, and you got a lot of people who should not be in sales. So there you go. You got one thing that you should do from here. On the side, there's a subscribe button somewhere in here. Hit that subscribe button. Every time new content comes out, you'll get an alert. It'll be like, boom, Sylvan Bell sent out some new videos. You should check it out, which you should. So hit that subscribe button. Just want to thank you for dropping by and taking a look at the video. We'll see you soon. Aloha.